Hello, ladies and gentlemen out there. I'm here in the field. That does not stop me from talking about issues that affect our communities and family. Let me use this short lunchtime break to join the rest of the world to talk about sexual harassment and sexual abuse done by the pastors in the churches, hiding in the name of God to do it. My name is Kiza Martha as usual, and call me Mama Family. As you know, my struggle is to have a functional family, a happy family that will make a happy community. My term of reference is this pastor, TB Joshua. TB Joshua is now a trending issue of sexuality and sexual issues, sexual harassment that has been done in his church for over 20 years. I'm not here to blame anybody, but also to add my voice to educate the masses out there that TB Joshua is not only the pastor who has done such a thing. Many times it has been reported that pastors have abused sexually their so-called sheep. Not all pastors, but it is quite a number of pastors. Depends on how they do it and why they started their church. Others started their church to sexually molest their sheep, their so-called flock, and the rest can be business or just satanic in nature. Things about the churches have become so wild. Things like pay this much, the more you pay, the more blessings you get, the more you pay, the more problems will be solved. That kind of thing does not follow our scriptures. Jesus Christ did the healing all completely free, but this kind of payment here and there and come to closed doors. After closed doors, they become locked doors. People will continue to be sexually harassed unless, please, people, understand that you should not be with a locked up door for healings. Why locked up? You should know that things of sexuality and sexual harassment, it is very difficult to get evidence. It takes time. There is a lot of rotation around before we get evidence about the sexual molestation, and moreover, the victim is suffering emotionally. Please, parents, community members, I don't know how it started to be following churches, following pastors for blessings. According to the church and according to the Bible, if these pastors that follow the scriptures, I also know some Bible scriptures. In the 10 Commandments, the 4th commandment tells us to go to church once a week, and that is the Sabbath. But how come that it changed to morning glory, break time glory, lunch hour prayers, evening prayers, again from there to night, whole night in the church, fasting for 50 days, 30 days, 70 days. That kind of thing, ladies and gentlemen, is wrong. Because if you are all the time in church, where and when are you going to work? When are you going to work to sustain your family? Churches have spoiled families, and the churches don't mind so long as they get money. It's okay, or so long as they get what they want, like sexual molestation of their followers. It is just okay. That's what they want. And for you, you continue to suffer. You lose your family. You lose your sanity because of this kind of church. By nature, everybody has a problem, a challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, by default, there must be a challenge in their lives. So for pastors to be saying, come, you have a problem, you have a problem, churches have found a soft spot to talk about people's problems, guessing, you have a problem, you have a problem, and they cannot even come out clear and say which kind of problem. They can't mention. They say you have a problem, you have to share with you, to bless you, pay this amount of money, let me use you sexually, so that others have gone even to the extent of telling their followers that it is my manhood that has been blessed by God to be healing your problem. So let us sexually unite in bed, and that is when your problems will go. And the problems don't go. They may even worsen. In that kind of sleeping in bed, pregnancy can result, and once pregnancy sets in, this pastor will not take charge. They will disappear. You talk about it, they are like, no, because you are not the only person they have used. There are many, and we are creating another problem of a bastard. Very little has been documented about bastards, but bastards are suffering. They're emotionally suffering. Growing up, you don't know your father. Nobody discloses how you came into existence, and people in the community out there everywhere, they are talking about fathers. They are talking, and for you are just there admiring every man who looks almost like you, or your same color, the complexion. You think they are your fathers, and there is no care for the father. It is all lot. It is emotionally so bad. So ladies and gentlemen, when you go to church, go with your children. This is the time to upgrade your sexual, sorry for that. It's the time to upgrade your observation methods. Observe, see what is happening. What is that one that is happening? If it is something that is much beyond the scriptures, quit the church. Quit the church. Tell your children in your parenting skills that there are some pastors, when you go to those Sunday school lessons, observe. Nobody should touch you. Nobody should take you into a corner. Nobody should take you to darkness. Nobody should touch you. And if they do, come and tell us. Tell mommy, tell daddy, so that we can save our children, save our ladies. And also, a boy child sometimes is a victim, or even men a victim of this sexual abuse. A problem will always be there, a problem or two. Pastors should stop deceiving you that here there is a problem we must pray for. they themselves have issues, they themselves have problems, how they themselves, many of them are not even they don't even have good families, they don't have good marriages. Others have also fallen marriages. Now, why should they deceive you that they are the solution to your problem? The solution to your problem is God. The Bible tells us that a person is God, is in his heart. Your God is in your heart. Pray to that God, He will solve your problem. It's not the pastor. Please. Leaving that alone, let me talk about problems of pastors, mental problems, and this is not to defend them, but sometimes psychologically they may also be sick. They may have a mental problem. Sometimes there is a mental sexual problem. It's a health problem called psoriasis. Psoriasis, for this kind of person who has this kind of dilemma, will find sexual fantasies around molesting people, and it is so continuous. The desire for sex is too high, and they can't eat or drink, but they have to do sex first in order to settle. It is just something like a very, very big addiction to them, but it is a sexual disorder. And there is another one also called pedophilia. The pedophilia ones, those ones will just sexually harass and also abuse children, in most cases below the age of 13, and that's where they find their sexual pleasure. It's a disorder that should be dealt with by mental health professional, and they desensitize them, and such a thing can heal unless it is healed. The person stays there as a community problem, sexually molesting people. Watch out for such kind of people. If they are pastors, they must have seen a soft spot in the church, in the name of God, hiding in the name of God to do their evil. Please, this kind of thing, ladies and gentlemen, it also happens. Probably TB Joshua could also be one of the people with such kind of a problem. To me, I feel could be checked, could be taken to a mental health hospital to be assessed. For now, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop there, but as I conclude, be very careful. Be very careful. We don't want to continue seeing you as a victim of sexual harassment by any pastor or so-called man of God. You are also a man of God. You are also a woman of God. You are also a child of God. So we all belong to God. There is no special person of God. The special one was Jesus, and no more. Thank you very much for your time. Visit my website, mamafamily.org, and for now, we meet again, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye.